Hello everybody. I feel like this is kind of a weird angle. Like I feel like you're kind of looking at me from above, but hey, I'm sitting on the floor, so. Also, I've been doing that accent so much lately and I don't know where it's coming from. I've been doing a lot of accents. I keep getting possessed by like the spirit of an old Bostonian man and also like an elderly Southern woman. Moving on from that. It's time, once again, to do the whole never-ending how did we already get here? How is it June? I don't understand. That's it. That's what I do every time. That's what I do every time. So we're gonna just go ahead and, when I said June, it's literally July. Did I say July? It's been a long day. And I have a feeling this might be a bit of a mess. I don't know. What I do know is I have 2 new releases on this cart. I also have one scary thing on this cart that one of my friends just sent to me, and like it just showed up on my doorstep because she's been reading it and she wants me to read it and I'm so scared. I'm so scared to do that. So anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and get started with TBR Picks, my July reads. I'm hoping for some like really summery vibes. Also, sorry that A Court of Wings and Ruin is just sitting on top. It was just that if I didn't have it on the front, I was gonna forget about it. And Tori, my friend that sent me It Ends With Us, also wants me to read this. So I just wanted it out so I wouldn't forget. Anyways, okay. Also, I think I'm gonna do 6. 6 seems to be working for me. So I'm gonna do 6, tentatively 7 if my book club pick doesn't get picked by one of the 6 prompts. Okay, let's just go ahead and get started. All right, first up we have Set in Your City or State. Okay. Oh, right off the bat, I know one. The first thing that comes to mind, if you're not aware, I actually live in Los Angeles, California. Oh, taking things off of this is getting ridiculous. It's so packed. Okay. I'm actually not gonna do that right now. The first option is Daisy Jones and the Six because I know it's set in LA just in the 70s, I want to say, so I know that's one. Why do I kind of feel like One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid might be? This is like, this cart is so full that at this point I can't just like take things out to like glance at them. Okay, town in Massachusetts, but where does she move to? I have no idea. The issue with like a setting is it's just so hard to know. I don't know. So far, Daisy Jones and the Six is really standing out as main option. Yeah, I'm really drawing a blank. I'm really drawing a blank because the rest of these are really a lot of fantasy on here. Everything else is kind of giving like New York, Midwest. I think my last idea would be Everything I Never Told You, Ohio. So the one we're gonna have to go with is the one that I could have just pulled off initially. Like I've actually put this on many a monthly TBR, so like if you've been waiting for me to read this, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm really sorry. Maybe today's the day. Today. I'm not reading this today. Maybe this month is the month. This paperback is so stiff. It's the UK version. Why is it so stiff? Give me floppy. I'm gonna really need to break this in, I feel like. If you've never heard of Daisy Jones and the Six, it's one of Taylor Jenkins Reid's like famous 4, I always call it famous 4, I don't know if that's actually what it's called. Her collection of 4 books about 4 famous women. I've read the other 3 and I have watched this show, but I have never read it just because I feel like I needed more space from the show to be able to read it and enjoy it and be like invested, because I feel like usually if I'm reading something that I've already watched and thus know the story of, it's like harder for me to dedicate the time to it because it kind of feels like a waste sometimes. I loved this show. I love this story to the point where I think I will still rather enjoy myself. I'm curious to see if I end up liking the book more because I did really enjoy the show. I don't know. Anyways, I guess this is gonna be book number 1, Daisy Jones and the Six. Sorry if what's behind me is a little chaotic. I have these prints that I need to put up on my wall and I just haven't gotten around to it. So they've just been sitting there. I did it again. I fear the ghost of this accented lady, whoever she is gonna be with us for the entire duration of this video. So moving on. Okay, prompt number 2. We have book with the in the title. Right off the bat, I see one that I'm very intrigued by. I have such a bad habit of putting the books, like the newest books that I bought, straight onto my TBR. I mean, like, it's fair because I'm like the most excited about them because obviously I bought them for a reason. I'm really intrigued by Riley Sager's new release, Middle of the Night, I think is what it's called. Let me make sure. First of all, look at this cover. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm obsessed with that. That was weird. That's really weird. I am so curious about this. Like, so curious. This is a potential. What else has that? We have The Starless Sea, The Atlas Six, The Book Thief, The Night Circus, The Word is Murder, The Last Flight, The Bell Jar, Just for the Summer, which is another great option. What else do I have back here? I really feel like I got this prompt recently, but all the ones that are in here should be ones that I haven't done before. Sometimes I have deja vu with this and I really can't tell if I just have multiple. But we have The Marriage Portrait, All the Light We Cannot See, The Secret Book of Floralia, The Marionettes. So I think out of all of those, I have to do it. Like, the thing is, regardless, I'm probably gonna be reading this month. Like, I'm just really in a mystery thriller kind of mood and I really like Riley Sager. Even if this one, I haven't seen actually anything about this yet. I just saw that he had a new release and got excited. So I think I'm gonna do this one. I think I'm gonna do this one while I still have a chance to form my own uninformed opinion. Okay, book number 2. Prompt number 3. wait. I got Reread a favorite. I have two, like I genuinely was already planning on doing this maybe in the next couple of months. So I have two options like top of mind. Let me grab them. So my two options. Beach Read by Emily Henry, which I know I said in a video. I actually just want to reread all of her books and figure out what my official ranking is, because the thing is I haven't read this since I think beginning of 2022, maybe 2 years ago. And it was one of like the earlier books I read in my reading journey, and I really liked it, but I think I would love it now. And it's still very high on my list, like from what I remember of it. But I'm just so curious if it like actually deserves that spot or if it should be bumped down. So I do kind of want to reread all of Emily Henry's books and was considering doing that in July anyway. So this might be the one. But I really want to reread the Darkest Minds trilogy. This used to be like what I would say was like my favorite dystopian series. I haven't read it in so long. Like it used to be one of my comfort reread series. I had it on iBooks on my phone. I really want to reread this, but maybe, I mean, I guess the thing is like this book actually does feel quite summer because it's about like this group of kids that are kind of like on a road trip. Not really road trip. They're kind of running from something or running to something. I can't remember. But it's like this group of kids on a road trip. So it's like summer vibes in that sense. So it's not super fall. I think it actually is pretty summer. So if I did decide to read it this month, it would fit. What am I more in the mood for? Thing is, if I reread Beach Read, I'll be annotating. And if I reread Darkest Minds, I'll just be enjoying myself. So maybe I'm gonna do Beach Read just because I literally said recently I wanted to reread these. Darkest Minds is so high on my list to reread because I'm so curious, but it's also like if I reread the first one, I'm probably gonna want to reread the second and third, and I don't want to add like an entire series basically to my TBR right now. So we're gonna go with Beach Read by Emily Henry for book number 3, which, oh, I also just realized I never said what this was about. If you were wondering what book 2 was about, Middle of the Night, it's about a guy having to revisit what happened to one of his oldest friends that disappeared in his perfect neighborhood a long time ago. That's all I got. Mystery thrillers, it's good to go in blind, so it's fine. Beach Read, if you've never heard of Beach Read by Emily Henry, is a romance novel that follows Gus and January, who are both authors, and they end up living in lake houses right next door to each other, and they're like old academic rivals. They're both experiencing a bit of writer's block, so they agree to like swap genres, like get outside their comfort zones and also just try and do what the other person does. And obviously a love story ensues. I remember sobbing the first time I read this, and I feel like I will do so again. The real question is just, does Happy Place still reign superior? And I think the answer is yes, but I'm incredibly curious to see if that is true. So let's Beach Read. Okay, prompt number 4. A book turned into a TV show you haven't seen. Right off the bat, I see 2 that I could do. I think my 2 options are Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. It has a Netflix series, or Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis, but I'm significantly leaning towards Firefly Lane. I have always been so curious about Kristen Hanna's writing. I know she's a lot of people's favorite authors. A lot of people love so many of her books. One of my best friends, Kat, included. She recently read The Nightingale, and I think she might have read this. Maybe she didn't. No, I think she read The Nightingale, and she loved it. Whichever one she read, she loved, and she immediately added a bunch of her other books to her TBR and told me that I needed to read some of them. So I think I'm gonna go Firefly Lane. From what I know about this, it's about 2 women, and it kind of follows the course of their friendship for like their entire lives, which immediately love. I love female friendship. I've said it a million times, and I will say until I die, probably. Very intrigued by this. I'm pretty sure it's sad, but I also just feel like this feels like such a good summer read too, though, because it's like literary fiction, platonic love, multi-decade situation, and I just really feel like it'll be good. I have very high hopes for this. So book number 4. I'm really flying through this time, I feel like. Book number 5. Color green in the cover. Okay, well, right off the bat, seeing Miss Powerless by Lauren Roberts does have some ivy going on. These Violent Delights. Yeah, we've got some leaves on there as well. Not so meet cute, but I already have one romance. I really want to read a novel love story, but this doesn't have any green on it. I guess, you know, Just for the Summer does have some green. I don't know why I'm scared of this, kind of. Like, I was really excited when I bought it, and now I'm scared of it. Like, why is that? I really have no, like, explicit reason, but it's true. Obviously, A Little Life is a muted green color. Not prepared for that right now. Not prepared for that at this given moment in time. I think that might be it. Oh, One True Loves. One True Loves does have green, and so does The Secret Book of Flora Leah, but I don't want to get her. She's all the way back there. I already have one TJR book on the TBR, so I don't want to do another one. Is it time? Do I do it, y'all? I'm really scared. I'm like really quite terrified to do this. I'm so scared that I'm not gonna like it. Like, really scared. But you know what? I have to read it. It's on my 24 and 2024 list, and Reckless, which is the second book, does come out this month, so if I like it, there's never a better time than right now. Oh my god, this font is tiny. Did you see that? Okay. I'm gonna do it. So, if you've never heard of Powerless by Lauren Roberts, basically this is a YA dystopia. We'll kind of describe it as Red Queen x Hunger Games. A lot of people are obsessed with it and the romance that happens inside of it, and a lot of people are not. It's an incredibly divisive book, I will say that. But basically, I think the way that this society is set up, it's the elites in the society have powers gifted to them by the plague. If you're ordinary, then you are banished and shunned from society. And then there are trials. There are trials that our girl Peyton, as an ordinary, has been hiding amongst the elites for her whole life, has to compete in. And there's some kind of love interest. I think he's a prince. As you can see, I really don't know a ton about the details of this. I love Hunger Games. I have read Red Queen multiple times. It's not like one of my favorites, but I think the concept is super interesting. I'm a bit qualified, I think, to have opinions on this in terms of like things. I'm just really scared. I'm scared. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if I get to this or if I'll put it off. Maybe I'll do a reading books I'm scared of video or something because... Okay, prompt number 6. Let's see. Lowest rated book on your physical TBR. Okay, I'm on my physical TBR shelf on Goodreads. Average rating, and I'm gonna reverse it and we'll see what's at the top. Oh, I literally knew it. I literally knew that. So okay, I knew that was gonna happen. My lowest rated book on my physical TBR is Bunny by Mona Awad, closely followed by An Earl and the Dying Girl and Milk Fed, which 100% like that. I'm not even a little bit surprised. So, but you know what? I'm actually intrigued. Like, am I confident that I'm gonna like it? Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. That's like the end of the statement. But I found this in a little free library, and obviously somebody just bought it at my local bookstore. I wasn't a fan and just immediately rehomed it. Love that for them. I stumbled across it on one of my morning walks and I was like, you know what? I've always been curious about this. I'm just curious. So I took it. Basically, from what I know, I think that this is like a dark academia-esque thriller kind of situation. Like, I think it's maybe more literary fiction with dark academia vibes. I don't know. People basically read this and they say it feels like a fever dream. Okay, it says basically, a scholarship student who prefers the company of her dark imagination to that of most people, Samantha Heather Mackey is utterly repelled by the rest of her graduate fiction writing cohort at New England's elite Warren University. A clique of unbearably saccharine yet sinister rich girls who call each other Bunny and seem to move and speak as one. But everything changes when Samantha receives an invitation to the Bunny's fabled smut salon and finds herself inexplicably drawn to their front door, ditching her only friend Ava in the process. As Samantha plunges deeper and deeper into the Bunny's world and begins to take part in their monstrous experiments, the edges of reality begin to blur. Soon her friendships with Ava and the Bunnies will be brought into deadly collision. See, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Again, am I confident I'm gonna love it? No, but I'm intrigued. I'm kind of feeling good about this. I'm kind of feeling good about this. Do I do one more? I'm gonna do one more. I just start going and I can't stop. I can't stop and I want to keep going. So let's see what happens. Okay, prompt number 7. Okay. A mystery thriller. Since I already have an adult mystery thriller on here, I think I know exactly what I'm gonna pick. And that is As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. I think this is my best option. Wait. The thing is, my book club book for this month is Wrong Place, Wrong Time, which is a mystery thriller. So I fear I should probably do that. I really want to read As Good as Dead, which is the 3rd book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, because they just released the official trailer and I'm really intrigued by the show. So I kind of want to finish the whole series, and this is all I have left. And I've heard that this one is like a lot darker than the first 2. Like, the first 2 are not my favorite in the whole world by any stretch of the imagination, but I've heard really good things about the 3rd one specifically. But I know I'm gonna read this month. Like, I feel like I'd be setting myself up for success if I put this on there. I fear I have to go this route. That's unfortunate. I was really excited about that one. Wrong Place, Wrong Time, mystery thriller, also time travel situation. Essentially, a woman one day is looking out her window late at night. She sees her son stab someone and she's like, wait, what the heck? And then basically we're following her as she goes back in time. Like, she wakes up the next day and it's like, we're back in time. And she basically continually is moving back in time, trying to figure out what put her son on this path, what led him to this situation, and also like discovering like if what she saw was really the truth. Seems super interesting. Like I said, it's my book club book. Yeah, I've heard decently good things about this, like nothing like crazy, but the font is really large. It doesn't look like it, but I promise it is. I'm excited about this. I've been excited about this since we picked it, so I'm glad that it's on the TBR. I'll feel accomplished when I actually do read it. I have to stop myself. I'm not gonna read more than 7 books. Like, I'm just not. So we're gonna stop there. These are the 7 books that we're working with for the month of July. Let's run through them super quick. Okay, so In the month of July, I will be attempting to read Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, Beach Read by Emily Henry, Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna, Powerless by Lauren Roberts, Bunny by Mona Awad, and Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Jillian McAllister. Okay, so that is gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want the world to know I'm making incredible progress on my June TBR, and there is a very good chance that I will finish it. No, in fact, I will finish it before the month is over, and I'm feeling real good about that. Just wanted to let you know. Will I do it again with the July TBR? It's anyone's guess. I am not a psychic. I don't know the future, okay? I don't know. Maybe. Okay, anyways, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!